Hey friends, how are you today? I'm doing really well. I was just sitting here thinking for really well for the circumstances I'm under. I was just sitting here thinking about positivity and how people get things wrong, I think, when it comes to keeping a positive outlook and a positive mindset and staying positive all the time. I just wanted to mention that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about at all. Because if you put your focus on just being positive all the time and I have to be positive, I have to be positive, you're going to neglect the fact that you're human and that we aren't always positive. And I'll use this example. My grandma has been actively dying for the last week. She's in such decline that it's really scary. And it's upsetting to my system, and it's not positive. It's not a positive situation. So I've had a lot of negative thoughts come in and kind of the doom and gloom and sadness and all of those things. And what it means to be positive is to have all of those sensations, have all of those emotions, and acknowledge them, and then just take a look at where you can then, once you've acknowledged them, turn things around just a little bit, and find the positive side of it. So positivity and staying positive and living a positive lifestyle is not always about being positive all the time. It's just not. That's just not. You'll end up harming yourself emotionally if that's what you're trying to do all the time. So I just wanted to mention that because so many of us are doing our best to live a positive lifestyle and stay positive. And it's just, if you're not looking at it from the right perspective, you can, like I said, end up just harming yourself emotionally and beating yourself down for not being positive and for having negative emotions. And, it's detrimental, actually, this positive movement, when we have negative stuff come up and then you judge yourself. So I'm saying allow the negative stuff to come up, allow the sadness to come up, acknowledge it, and then take it and see how you can be a little bit more positive about whatever situation you are experiencing. And right now, with my grandma dying, it's, it's a challenge, really. And still, I'm doing really well because I acknowledge that I'm going to be having all of these negative emotions, these not so feel great emotions and sensations, and that I can allow those to be. And then I can take the time to say, okay, what are the positives of this situation? How can I look at this from a different vantage point so that I can feel better in my body and I can feel better about what's going on, and I can take action to make this experience a more positive one. So whatever you might be experiencing in your life, anything that comes up, I mean, life slams us with things that don't feel amazing, that suck, and in those moments, it sucks. So to be like, you know, oh, this is okay. It's okay. I'm okay. It's great. I'm positive. I'm positive. That's just going to do yourself a disservice. So whatever comes up and slams you in the face, just be like, holy crap, this sucks. Like, I don't like this at all. This feels really uncomfortable. I'm not with this. Like, whoa, this is super negative, right? Okay. So then you acknowledge it, and yeah, it's not great. Okay, now what can I do to balance myself around the situation in a more positive way? And that's not about taking the situation going, this is great. This is great. My life is great. It's amazing. It's more about saying, okay, this is the situation. It sucks. How can I function within this situation in the most positive way? So that's what I do every day. That's how I keep myself out of emotional duress. because guaranteed I could be in a really different place right now emotionally, and I'm not, even though I'm tired. I've been up all night, day after day with grandma, and just, doing my best to serve her wishes in the last part of her journey, and it's exhaustive, and it's not an upper, it's definitely more of a downer. However, because of the way that I take the time to allow the negative to come in and say, okay, now how can I redirect my thought? How can I move through this in the most positive way? That is what keeps me balanced. So that is what I suggest that you do. And don't just push the negative away, because it's there. And if you push it away, it's all going to come down with force at some point. So take whatever situation you're going through in life that might not feel great and acknowledge it, and even hold it for a moment, and then say, okay, what can I do to be proactive about my emotional state about this, so that I can be more positive, so that I can have a little bit more of a positive outlook. And then take those steps. And, thought reframing is really big for me. So if I have a thought that I'm like, oh my God, this sucks. Oh, this is awful. This is terrible. I can't believe this is happening. All those thoughts, I'll say, well, this is happening for a reason, for my growth. This is likely the best thing that could be happening for me, because it's going to cause me to excel in life somewhere down the line. This obstacle has been put in my way so that when it comes time, I have the capability to deal with other things that come up in life. There are all kinds of different ways to reframe your thoughts, and I highly suggest that you look up some videos on thought reframing. I have a couple if you want to go back and look at them. But today's video, I just wanted to say, having a positive mindset and living a positive life isn't about not having anything negative ever. It's just not. It's not true. You can't do that. There's just you're human. So don't disregard your humanity. Work with it. Yeah. So I think that's it. I just had that quick thought, and I'm in the middle of, actually, another example, I'm in the middle of creating a book. And as I was creating it, I kind of knew that it wasn't going to be able to publish as easily as I thought it would. And I have spent hours and hours, days and days and days creating this book. And when I went to publish it, there's just errors everywhere. So I'm having to go back through 360 pages and do so many edits. And I'm like over the project, because I've been working on it for days and days and days without stop. And instead of, my mind is like, oh, I can't believe I have to do this, and instead of those thoughts, which I've had, I take those thoughts and go, okay, you know what? You kind of knew this was going to happen. This is part of the process. You have to take a certain amount of time to create a product, and this is just the amount of time that this product is taking. And once you're done, and you can get it out there. That's kind of where I have directed my mind to, and I'm sitting here doing the work. Now, I could be sitting here just begrudging the fact that I have to do this work again and blah, blah, blah. Like I said, I have had those thoughts, and I've taken those thoughts and said, okay, those aren't going to help me. The thing about thoughts that you can ask yourself, when you do have negative things come up, like I said, allow them, and then ask yourself, okay, is this helpful? Is this thought process helpful to the situation that I'm in right now? And if it is not helpful, you have to find a way to create some thoughts that are more helpful around the situation that you're dealing with, no matter what it is. It could be the worst situation, and there is still going to be a way of processing your thoughts that is more helpful than just sitting there and begrudging the negative situation that you are experiencing currently. So take the time to do that. It's so important that we check in with our minds and our thoughts every single day, every moment of every day, on some days, and really rewrite and reframe like what is going on that is not helpful into a more helpful and positive mindset and way of thinking. So yeah, good luck. leave me comments. Tell me what you are experiencing, and also let me know if there's anything else that you want me to talk about. I have so much information and knowledge on how to reframe your thoughts and really how to stay emotionally balanced in this crazy world. So good luck staying emotionally balanced in this crazy world. And thanks for tuning in. And I will talk to you guys again very soon. Bye.